Welcome to TechCast, the podcast that quenches curiosity, powered by Q&A Markham. TechCast, where we deep dive into the exciting world of technology, bringing you the latest trends, innovations, and thought-provoking discussions. Join us on this exciting journey as we explore the boundless possibilities of technology.
Hello everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of TechCast powered by Q&A Marcom. As we gear up for the Middle East Payment Summit that's going to happen on June 11th in Dubai, we have lined up a bunch of speakers that are talking about the cybersecurity and the payment industry and the overall financial security industry. And today I have a very special guest to have a really interesting conversation with. In my studio today, I have Ramakrishnan Balagopal, who is the Vice President Sales of Middle East and Africa at CISA. Welcome, Gopal. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm doing good as well. Thank you so much for coming into the studios today, and it's our pleasure to have a conversation. So, for the benefit of our audience, can you just talk a little bit about CISA, your presence in the Middle East and Africa, and your journey within CISA so far?
All right. So, just to introduce CISA, right? So, CISA is basically into cybersecurity. It's a pure play cybersecurity solutions company, and it's we what we call it is as forensic-driven cybersecurity. With the emphasis on forensics is because we do a lot of forensic investigations across.
Okay.
And the learnings that we actually get from these investigations is then percolated down to all our solutions and offerings that we do. So we are one amongst the first to know what's happening in the industry in terms of the kind of breaches that's happening. And what we try to do is also try to implement the measures to stop such incident happening from our customers as well.
Yes.
So that's why we call ourselves as a forensic-driven cybersecurity organization. So all our solutions are centered around that. And we started off, as I said, about 16 or 17 years back.
Okay.
In the field of cybersecurity, and Middle East is about 12 years. We started off in Bahrain, and now we actually got offices across in Bahrain, in UAE, in Saudi, as well as in Qatar.
Wow.
And we are covering the entire Middle East as well from these offices.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And so cybersecurity today is, getting to be a very crowded space, of course. So how is CISA able to differentiate in a competitive market?
So basically, as I said, we are pure play cybersecurity organization. We are in the industry, as I said, again, for the last 16 to 17 years now. And again, coming back to the forensics. So that's how we differentiate ourselves, is because of the forensic capabilities that we also bring to the table, and the learnings that we actually get is something that we actually try to implement across all our customers as well. Try to make sure that they are truly secure. Okay. We do not believe in the concept of just being compliant or doing things for the compliance sake. We actually do it with the real intent of getting our customers secure. That's having said that, so we are also in the industry, as we said, for where we are trying to enable the CISOs so that they can sleep in peace in the night and make sure that CISA has got their back.
Can CISOs really sleep in peace though? I'm just kidding.
To a large extent, right. We try to make sure that they are, because that's something that we try to enable our customers with. Yeah.
Nice. And what do you think? What are your thoughts of the new PCI DSS version 4.0 standards, and how do you think they will impact the industry?
See, I think the advent of 4.0 that's coming in, in fact, CISA has also contributed a lot to these 4.0
development
controls,
of the 4.0. Okay.
4.0 controls as well. So one thing that's coming up is, I think it's more holistic in nature. So if somebody is going for PCI 4.0, PCI DSS 4.0 certification, it's more of a holistic approach. They're also a little more flexible in terms of how they want to put in controls in their environment. Yeah. And there's a lot of emphasis on aspects like multi-factor authentication, a lot of SOPs that needs to be followed, a lot of processes that needs to be put in place. So it's actually going to make, in fact, the customer more secure.
Correct.
In the process, making sure that the end users or even the people at large are more secure. They can actually do transaction in peace, knowing that their transactions are more secure if the organizations are certified with PCI DSS 4.0.
Okay.
So, and how does it impact the others? Is basically it's a little more stringent in terms of what needs to be done, but as I said, it's also flexible. But end of the day, it is all driving to make sure that we are one step ahead of the other cyber attacks that might happen, and we just wanted to make sure that we are living in a digital digitally secure society as well.
Yeah, digital safety, right.
Yes.
And so for CISA, I know that your MXDR solutions and DPG solutions have been very successful in Middle East and Africa, but the other business unit is the CISA Institute,
Right.
which is very interesting. And can you elaborate, like, what is? I mean, there are like a bunch of trainings and certifications that are available, but can you elaborate on what exactly CISA Institute does, and what is the role that they play in kind of enabling cybersecurity and strengthening that cybersecurity posture?
So CISA's certification is called CPSI.
Okay.
Basically, it's also an ANSI accredited certification program.
Okay.
So it's typically a 2-day, 3-day program.
Okay.
2 days or 3 days, depending on the nature of.
And this is
CPSI
like
training.
individual or company?
It is both. That means
Okay.
basically the certification is awarded to an individual.
Individual. Okay.
So companies can actually nominate their employees to take this certification. And how it actually helps is typically the CPSI workshop that we're talking about is for the payment industry. So the security measures that you need to implement in your organization is what is being trained or taught about in this 2 days workshop or 3 days workshop. So you have the basic and the advanced version as well.
Okay.
So once you complete these workshop, or when you complete this training, you would be able to implement the required measures to ensure that your organization is secure, and it's also meeting the payment industry security standards.
Okay.
Not just the PCI, but any other, be it an ISO or any other security standard that may be there, you will be able to implement that and make sure your organization is compliant to that. So, and to make just to let you know that we have probably trained over 10,000 professionals
Wow.
on this training certificate so far.
Okay.
So if you go and search in LinkedIn as well, you would find that many of them are CPSI certified, and that's a CISA flagship certification program.
I think I might have seen like a lot of people on
Yes.
their LinkedIn, handles saying that CPSI is certified.
Yes.
Okay. But is there like that certification happens on an organizational level as well?
Yes. So where I said organizations can nominate. So if there are organizations who want to nominate, let's say 10 to 15 people to go through this certification, our trainer go there and do an in-house workshop.
Okay.
Where we can actually do it. Otherwise, we have public workshops that happens.
Okay.
And we also have the hybrid where we have it online as well. That means the members can actually take the certification program as and when is convenient through the learning LMS portals that are available. And then once you do the training, then you have a certification or an exam that needs to be taken within a stipulated time.
Okay.
Once you, and there's a cutoff mark which you need to minimum get through in order to get the certification.
Okay, so it's serious stuff.
Yes.
Okay, great. So what's next for CISA? Like, you've had a successful run in the Middle East market and expanding to Africa as well for like 16, 17 years, you mentioned. And so what's next? The obviously the cybersecurity landscape is ever evolving. The technology landscape is ever evolving. So what is the next, the future, next 5 to 10 years looking for CISA like? And are there any specific initiatives that CISA is doing that you're particularly excited about?
So recently we have launched the MXDR platform, which is an extension of the MDR. We earlier had MDR. We have now launched in January, we launched MXDR,
Okay.
which is primarily for it's managed extended detection and response, which is a solution that we offer. And that's something that's probably changing the paradigm of how the MDR actually works.
Okay.
So with that product in mind, and also we are also ventured into data classification. There are a lot of requirement, especially with data privacy laws coming in picture across the region. In fact, GCC region, there's a requirement for data discovery and classification.
Okay.
So we have solutions around these spaces as well. And what we're also doing is we are actually setting our foot into Saudi and Qatar. We have opened up entities there. And we are also setting a SOC center in Saudi, SOC center in Saudi, so that we can actually monitor all our customers based out of Saudi itself.
Okay.
So we see, actually a big market for our MXDR and data classification or data discovery solutions that we have. And with these two solutions, plus the compliance and the other testing activities that we do, we have not covered enough. I think with the kind of growth the payment industry is actually seeing right now, especially the digital payment industry that is seeing right now, which is growing at I think about 25% CAGR. And so it will happen for the next 5 years. And with markets like Saudi opening up,
Yes.
that's something that we are focusing on. And even Qatar is opening up big time. So these are the places that we're actually focusing on. And like how we have actually conquered, I think we are probably serving almost top In fact, 100 plus banks in GCC region alone, and you name the top 10 banks, we're actually helping them with cybersecurity activities or solutions that we offer. We want to strengthen ourselves, and we probably want to go a mile ahead, be the numero uno in terms of setting our solutions as CISA, being one of the foremost front runner in making sure that these, especially in the banking and finance sector, we are helping the organizations be more secure.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I think there is no better time and place to be right now, because with digital banking, with payments becoming the way it is today, with, you can pay through your mobile, you can pay through anything, the kind of transactions, cryptocurrency, blockchain, there's so much going on. I think there is nobody more sought after than the people who can, secure your systems, make sure your money is safe, make sure your data is safe, and make sure that the payment industry is able to flourish without the risk of cyber attacks and so on. So kudos to the to CISA to be the the true front runners and policemen, I think.
Absolutely, yes.
Protecting all what's important today, right, which is like data, assets, digital assets.
Absolutely.
So that's great. Thank you so much. That's all the questions that I have. Any parting thoughts and anything that we can expect from the CISA? And I think the CEO as well is going to be there at the Middle East Payment Summit.
So our CEO is going to talk about the future of digital payment in this AI world, especially the security, the future of security.
Very interesting.
In the digital world with AI coming in and what needs to be done. So that's going to be an interesting talk. Maybe I can advise all the viewers to be a part of it, and if you get a chance, just be there to attend this session as well.
I think that's going to be a very interesting session, because everybody would have their ears on to know what is going to happen to the payments industry with AI coming into the picture. I mean, it was complicated enough, and how to improve the security posture in that kind of circumstance. So great. We look forward to hearing from CISA more at the Middle East Payment Summit. And thank you so much, Gopal, for your time today. It was a pleasure.
So much.
Thanks.
You.